Well, I'm back again at it today. I'm still trying to get that crankshaft pulley bolt way down there, if you can see it on my camera phone. So I gotta take the radiator out to get my impact gun in there. Maybe that'll get that booger out. We'll see. Alright, so I took the fan shroud out. I didn't want to do that. These are my valve covers I've painted. I can't get him in yet. I gotta pull that out. It's kind of blocking my path. I just need to put these back in. I'm not done doing all this. I had some rust on my little, excuse me, with cameras. See that rust building up? So I sprayed that down with fluid film, and I'll just, dry it off when I put everything back together. So I took the fan shroud off. It was just held on by twist ties. And I'm gonna take this bracket off right here in the front next to the, I'm gonna put this back in today though too, so I'm not gonna put this in bags and store it. I'm going to try and see if I can't just pull the radiator and get to that crankshaft pulley bolt down there and pull it on out. Alright, so I removed the radiator, sitting right over there. Got my impact gun in there, and the bolt's just not budging, so I don't know what to do. Alright, well, after several attempts with the impact gun, 1/2-inch drive, 24mm socket, I got this giant crankshaft pulley bolt out. Look how big that is compared to my hand. It's a big old booger. Now I gotta get these pulleys out. Let's see what's in there. Don't see anything interesting. So I gotta figure out a way to get this whole pulley system off. I may have to like loosen that, I don't know, or I've gotta wiggle that out, or I gotta get one of those pulley tools. We don't know. We'll see. Okay, well, I'm still trying to get that pulley out. This guy, he's not really wiggling. I may have to use a special tool to get it out. This doesn't seem like it wants to come out. I had to loosen this, by the way. This bolt right here. You have to loosen that in order to get the belt off. This is, I guess, just like a tensioner pulley of some kind. Look at that. It's got good spin. Same thing with, there's a belt on here, and there. You probably saw in the previous parts of this video. It didn't really want to come out, but that loosening that made it want to come out more. So if you tighten it back, it'll tighten the tension of the belt, which I like that. It's it's adjustable. I like how you're able to do that. Now I've got to try to get these covers off, but I wanted to show you something. These are my valve covers that I painted. Yeah, let me flip my camera back around. Painted those valve covers. As soon as I get everything back in, that's going to look really good. But I've got to get, I'm just putting them in there just to kind of keep moisture from getting on the cams. And yeah, go ahead and take out these timing covers. You don't really need them. I mean, you don't have to take the pulleys out to get to them. I've taken them off before, and I'm just hand loosening it. I mean, you do need a socket. What size is this? I forgot, but I'm just going to take them off, and you can see the belts, everything's exposed, and it's easier and more clear to see what's going on. I need to get those, well, there you go. I need to get these timing, or those valve covers back off pretty soon. Man, it just looks so good. I gotta stare at it. Okay, as you can see, I just got the pulley bolt out and the crankshaft pulley itself. Now the lower timing cover is just sitting in there. So I gotta figure out a way to get this whole lower timing cover off, because I mean, look how badly cracked it is. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go down here on the side. I've taken the lower timing cover off. I actually just ripped it off, and this is what you see down there. That's like that's your tensioner. That's the pusher, I guess. And that's all the belt sticking out there. So now I gotta line up these timing marks right there. And then I guess I will start to take the belt off, I guess. Okay, back working on the Isuzu again. Let's get out of the sun. Gonna have to get that pusher out today, and then adjust this, I guess, this bolt. So that way the tension's released on the belt. But first we gotta line the belt up. This mark right there needs to be lined up with a tiny little nipple right there. See, follow the line, and then you'll see a nipple on that back plate. But this needs to be lined up with that. And something else, I was removing the lower timing cover, and there's a bolt underneath the pusher. There was a hole. Where is it? It's not that 8-bolt you're looking at. Somewhere down there, I think. There's a bolt for the lower timing cover, and I figured it out. It's actually a bolt holder. That right there. This came out one day. I heard it clink on the ground. I was out there, you know, removing some stuff, and if we go around the other side of the car into my toolbox, this guy fell out. That. So now we know what that's supposed to go to. Goes that lower timing cover, and that's going to really help this whole job. So I'm going to let you guys watch me actually do this part. Try to get that little. Come on, socket. I'm trying to hold a phone and do this at the same time is a challenge. Come on, baby. There you are. And you can watch it move a little bit. Watch that belt move. See that? I'm going to keep doing that, and I'm going to try to line up those marks. Okay, so according to the manual, that's what it's supposed to look like. See that I actually painted the nipple. Now the reason why I put an X to that line, because that's not how the belt came. That's not a factory line. That's not supposed to look like that. I did that on purpose. And it's about right there. And if you go over here, I marked that little nipple too. See it? I did that line. That's about what it's supposed to look like. Again, that line there is not factory. Now when you put the belt back on, you line your lines up so that way the teeth are in the appropriate order. Now the next thing I'm going to try to do is get all this out. I don't really want to do that. I wish I could just untighten it or something, but I got to take it out. Behind there's the water pump. That's why it looks all brand new in there. As it kind of is. I had that done about 2 years ago by a mechanic. Those valve covers look good though. That's our goal. And you know, next thing I need to do is like bolt those back in, tighten it up, put the new hose there. And as soon as I get the belt off, then I have to take this plate off and the pulleys and get to those rocker shafts. Alright, the next thing I want to do is get this, try to disconnect this part of the oil cooler hose. It keeps that, I guess keeps the oil cool. That's nice. That's interesting design. So I'm trying to get this bracket off, and I can move this. It's like an actual metal hose. I may have to disconnect it from all the way down there too. I don't want to do that if I could help it. I'm talking about that bracket down there. These hoses when they're old are just hard to, you know, if you got a car and you're maintaining it, keep them damn hoses changed correctly. I mean, good lord, these things are just, this one looks somewhat newer, but it ain't brand new, and it's swollen right there. See that swell? Hoses swelling is always bad. You don't want a hose to swell up, even on this new hose. Right there, see that? It's got a little bit of a swell. Watch for your hoses, you know, gotta make sure they don't swell, so I'm gonna try to get that off again. Well, I got the tensioner off. This last bolt down there was kind of hard, but I got it. And as soon as I did that, all the tension on the belts loosened. So I guess the next step is to take the cam, these off, and see where we go from there.